The school bully attacks her without knowing her terrifying secret. What would you do if the quietest girl in school was hiding a secret so dark that it had the power to change everything in just a single day? Sometimes the ones who speak the least hold the most dangerous truths. And sometimes those who seem weak, fragile even, are the ones who know best how to survive in a world that seeks to break them. This is the story of Luna, a girl so invisible that most people barely noticed her. Most except for one. The one person she wished would ignore her more than anyone else. Her worst nightmare. The school bully. But what no one, not even her tormentor, could have ever imagined was that Luna wasn't just another easy victim. She was concealing something chilling, something terrifying, something that would shift the power in a way no one saw coming. Stay with me until the very end, because what starts as a story of humiliation will end in a reckoning like no other. Luna arrived at her new school on a dull, overcast Monday morning, the kind of day where even the sun seemed too afraid to shine. With a worn-out backpack slung over her shoulder and her long dark hair cascading over half her face, she walked through the crowded hallways with her gaze fixed downward, as if she wanted to disappear completely. And truthfully, that was exactly what she wanted. This wasn't her first time switching schools. Not even close. It wasn't her first time hoping, praying, that she could just blend into the background, unnoticed. But this time she had made a promise to herself. No trouble. No attention. No slip-ups. For the first few days, everything went exactly according to plan. She ate her lunch alone. She became nothing more than a shadow in the classroom, her presence barely acknowledged. She avoided eye contact as though her very life depended on it. But peace never lasts. Not when you look like the perfect target. Because in every school, there's always someone who thrives on finding prey. And Luna, with her frail appearance and unshakable silence, looked like the easiest prey of all. What no one knew, though, was that Luna hadn't switched schools without reason. Well, the reason was carved into her soul. Deep, painful, unforgettable. A reason she had sworn to keep buried. But secrets, no matter how desperately you try to hide them, they always find a way to surface. And that moment was getting closer. It was during lunch on a Thursday when Luna first crossed paths with Madison. Every school has a queen bee. The girl who rules the hallways, the cafeteria, the very social hierarchy itself. And Madison wasn't just the queen. She was the entire hive. Tall, effortlessly beautiful, and wielding cruelty with the precision of a master. She owned the school, owned the fear, and she knew it. Luna never meant to get in her way. She had done everything possible to avoid it. But sometimes, all it takes is one mistake, one misstep, one accidental brush of the shoulder against the wrong person's designer jacket. And just like that, your life changes. The cafeteria went dead silent. Luna mumbled an apology, her voice barely more than a whisper, eyes glued to the floor. But Madison, she wasn't the type to let something like that slide. Especially not from someone like Luna. Are you blind or just stupid? Madison's voice rang out, sharp, loud, impossible to ignore. The room waited, watching, anticipating. Luna froze. This was the exact moment she had been trying to avoid. She wanted to step away, disappear into nothingness. But Madison, she wasn't going to let that happen. You've got some nerve, Madison sneered, stepping closer, her tone dripping with disdain. First day here, and you're already causing problems. She looked Luna up and down, her gaze full of mockery. What are you even wearing? You look like you crawled out of a dumpster. The cafeteria rippled with soft laughter. Snickers. Whispered comments. Luna said nothing. That was always her strategy. Stay quiet. Keep your head down. Let it pass. But this wasn't going to pass. Not this time. Madison had found her new target. And Luna had just become her favorite game. What Madison didn't realize, what she couldn't have known, was that she had just declared war on the wrong girl. Because Luna had faced far worse than high school bullies. The torment started small. Petty things. Books knocked out of her hands in the hallway. Snide comments whispered just loud enough for her to hear. Her chair mysteriously missing when she arrived to class, forcing her to stand awkwardly while the room filled with muffled giggles. Water poured into her backpack, ruining her notebooks. A perfectly timed accident, causing her lunch tray to spill all over her clothes. But small things, they never stay small. Not when Madison is involved. And soon it escalated. Luna took it all. The whispers, the laughter, the humiliation. She kept her head down. She never retaliated. Never even looked Madison in the eye. And to everyone watching, it seemed like she was just another weak girl too scared to fight back. "Why don't you ever stand up for yourself?" a girl from her math class whispered one afternoon. Luna only shrugged. Because what was the point? If only they knew the real reason she stayed silent. It wasn't fear of Madison. Not really. It was fear of what would happen if she stopped pretending. If she let them see the truth. She had come to this school for a fresh start. To hide. To bury the past. But Madison was making that impossible. Every shove. Every cruel nickname. Every echo of laughter at her expense. It was pushing her closer and closer to a line she had sworn she'd never cross again. And Madison. She was too blinded by her own cruelty to see what she was doing. To realize that she wasn't just tormenting some weak, helpless girl. She was lighting a fuse. It happened on a Friday. Luna had felt it coming all week. The way Madison's pranks had grown bolder, meaner. It was almost as if she wanted to see just how far she could push. And that afternoon, she pushed too far. It started in the cafeteria. Luna had just sat down when she saw Madison and her friends approach, blocking the light, towering over her table. A predatory grin on Madison's face. "What's on the menu today?" "Oh right, failure," Madison sneered, grabbing Luna's tray without hesitation. And before Luna could even react, the entire contents of her lunch were dumped right over her head. The cafeteria erupted. The laughter. Phones out recording. The perfect humiliating show.